Greetings everyone, and Greg here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay. So on the south side is the yellow Sami, we got TomusMaximus. On the north side is the Silverclaw Jess, we got the Aegis. This map is a 3-base map, and we've got a bit of a dynamic here. We've got the vehicle specialist versus the infantry specialist. Sami does get minus 10% firepower on other direct units, so her indirect such as artillery should still be perfectly normal. Jess, another counterpart, does have plus 10% firepower on all of her ground vehicles, but all other units, excluding foot soldiers, lose 10% firepower, so less off battle copters. In here, let's see, foot soldiers gain plus 10% attack, 10% capture run. All other direct units, and so that includes the direct air units, will also lose firepower. But battleships and artillery do not lose less firepower. Maybe I'll just move this over here a little bit. That way I can highlight the words and will be less overlapped. Not like I need to do it again. Looks like rain's coming down again. Been having scattered thunderstorms the past week. Got double recon by Jess, and we have a forward mech buff by Sami. He has her own recon deployed in the field. More recons. I wonder how many mechs Sami will go for. She does get a very good 30% firepower for them, but it's of course very difficult to get mechs connect with a target. But let's see, a double time, her power does give plus 1 movement range, right? Yes. Do not doubt the double time. Plus 1 movement range on your infantry mechs can be very nice. But of course, I understand why going for Victory March for capturing properties instantaneously, regardless of what health of units, is also very good. And also I'd advise Jess to put some unit, regardless of what health or quality, on top of HQ to vent the sneaky Victory March, because after all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An infantry unit there, hidden this force, can go to this HQ and win the game. Let's just say that's what happened last time I think I cast Sami on this map. I think her opponent was Lash. Who the players are, I cannot remember. It was definitely one of the early replays I casted for Advanced Wars by Web. Tank and recon there. Recon strikes infantry. Got a T-Copper and mech, and tank into recon. So both players have gotten one tank and got an early anti-air here. I suppose minus 10% firepower on Battlecop's not too terribly bad. After all, these players' Battlecops would be equally inadequate, but still good. Interrupts the capture as well. No, not interrupt. I keep on forgetting the Sami. Double capture speed, which means this is 6 capture progress with 5 capture progress remaining. I keep on forgetting that. Mech can get a good ambush strike on the recon. It will be cost effective. No. I think she could have got the capture there, and the mech could have got a strike from right there. I don't know why she pulled back the infantry in there. Go get the capture. I disagree with that. Sure, having mech in open ground is of course not great, but it will still be a good trade up. 3,000 versus 4,000 unit with 1 less missing health. So effectively 3,040, 400 unit. If my math is incorrect. So, now think about it, ATR is not too terribly bad against Sami, because ATR is also pretty good versus infantry. Got a possible flip here. Tank ATR. Tank on recon. Finish it off there. Of course, this tank can retaliate. Mech in range though, so if this tank pushed forward, hits this tank, the mech can just simply swap it out and get some good retaliation. Mech now capture this property. Mech, infantry, recon, artillery. Good strike on the mech, but of course we'll be in range of this mech, but the infantry unit does get a good shot into it, but maybe not good enough. Some health mech Sami. Let's see, with her firepower additional 30% reduced to 7. There's effectively still full health normal mech to make that shot. It's ever so slightly weaker, it's like a 97% mech. Yeah, go for it. I mean, it's the best situation either way. Decide to take the shot from the property. Infantry unit gets picked off, got spotted by the tank. Interrupts the capture there. And finishes off the infantry unit there, so right now Sami's infantry play seems pretty on point. Jess did save 13,000 income, so there may be Neotech next turn. Does get trapped there. 30,000. Don't go for a mega tank against Sami. You don't need a mega tank against Sami. Please tell me you're not going to go for a mega tank against Sami. Sorry. Though stealth. Sami does not want to go for a fighter. Nobody really wants to go for a fighter, but stealth is a possibility. Tank, battlecopter infantry, okay. With 8,000 funds left, okay. Was not expecting that, honestly. Right now, Jess has a better capturing game, 21,000 versus 18. I think the forfeiting some of these properties is capture not been too great. Does capture that one. Turbocharge now available. And Sami has a Neotank. Was not paying attention to that. And this artillery piece is pretty forward, but not going to be covering this capturing squad. Double time's not available. Tank, battlecopter, infantry. Okay, so no high asset for Jess. Of course, Sami does have Neotank, so she's teched up, which will be perfectly fine versus bonus tanks, even with the less firepower. Capturing that property, does a unit nearby for a joint capture. Picks off some of these outlying units there, very nice. Tank on there. Finish off the infantry unit there. Making great progress down south. Of course, it's the strong side. That's her weak side. Luckily, her weak side she can use mechs. Capture progress will take 2 more turns, so did not have to push forward and would not use those units. And we got a battlecopter here. Both players deploying on some battlecopters. They're, like I said beforehand, they're equally inadequate. Mech is in good position to strike this recon. Or that tank. Get the high mobility units. Yep, I think Sami's disintegrating up north really badly. She sent no vehicles this way, just infantry, and they have been overran, to say the least. Does get trapped there. Well, the recon did its job. A recon. Mech strikes tank. Don't think dropping off the units here will be useful. Tank, battlecopter, infantry. Oh, did not load up with something? Trying to flip the comm tower. At least black boat here means the battlecopter can interrupt the capture, so that may have been what he did, or she did, just trying to occupy the position to allow the battlecopter to retaliate. There is a anti-air on top of this forest. Mech will not be ranging, but we'll be able to range these two regular tanks. And now we do have a mid-game superpower overdrive. I don't know how effective this will be. I mean, everything she has... Yeah, I don't know why. Everything up here has already been used. It's just meant for +2 movement range, looks like. Spam bots. Give me a moment to clear out that spam bot. There we go. Yeah, I'm not too impressed by that superpower. I probably would advise her to wait a turn. Multiple properties being flipped up here. This one will take another 9 turns. The other ones will take this the next turn. Good strike there. Could possibly see double time, or not double time. Big March, she has placed infantry unit on top of HQ. Very good. Just something there. Just something to prevent the one turn I lose the game. Double time. She has enough power charge for another double time turn, so we may see actually a force march. Wait, no, that's another superpower. Good strike there, so we see multiple possible a chain of double times. Not going super greedy. Did not interrupt this, so she will forfeit the comm tower. Artillery gets a good strike there. Keeping one health infantry units actually alive is important for the victory marches. Tank infantry. Ends a turn of 9,000. And will forfeit this comm tower. Oh, look at this. 132 versus 89. Sami's doing quite well in the brawl game. Though having trouble with the capturing game. Isn't that supposed to be backwards? She has a Neo Tank, but the Neo Tank is revealed on a captured comm tower, which Jess managed to obtain for some odd reason. They strike the tank there. Of course, the comm tower does provide 3 stars of defense. Good shot in the battlecopter. Mech does take a hit there. With this scouting, this mech strike this tank here. So down a comm tower is quite important. Mech infantry there. I think mechs against Sami is actually a good idea. She's not really going to go for heavy vehicle play. Are we going to see another double time? Does not take time to proper scout out that tank there. Neating's good strike there. This can help her turn around up north. Infantry, 2 infantry units ready to load in the black boat. Gets trapped there. Infantry strikes there. Anti-air strikes infantry. Is finished off. Capture. Keep this one health infantry unit alive for a nice victory march. Is always going to be quite nice. Always. Honestly, one health infantry units are pretty good for meat shields as well. Anti-air surrounded by mechs. Usually that's a good case, but not this situation. And we do have an APC in the field as well, so we've got heavy transport played by Sami. She does get +1 movement range on her transports. Tank is a great strike after an anti-air. Battlecopter here will reign supreme then. Infantry, anti-air, infantry, battlecopter. Double or victory march is almost available. Does not pick up that one health infantry unit there. Even with 2 calm towers, so I'm surprised I didn't get the kill. That must think be at 1% health. Sami's turn. Be another 15,000 funds in order to get out a victory march. Of course, need to inflict 30,000 damage, which is easier said than done, that's for sure. It's a bit of a luck roll at that point in time of how much percentage health you have left. She did fail the luck chance. Not necessarily luck roll, just chance. Mech could take time to finish off that battle copper, but pushing forward is always probably a good idea. And Victory March is almost available. Overdrive is available, and the Victory March. Not a good idea to go for a Victory March just yet. Maybe a good idea to try to sneak some infantry units in the forest. They only have to be at 1 health in order to get the sneaky captures. Let's see. She doesn't have to also pop the Victory March immediately. She can try to do a bit of prep time. I'm just going to assume this opponent... A lot of possibilities. I see units are ready to go for the march. And we got the full superpower overdrive. Giving all the vehicles quite a bit of extra firepower. It does give her ground vehicles plus 40% firepower. Adds up to. And it's supposed to movement. And of course, a bit of resupply and everything. We do have a Neo tank here. A lot of 1 health infantry units there. This lab could be captured. But we'll see the Victory March this turn. Probably a good idea not to hold on to it for too long, so let's see. Scouting. Victory March there. Could have got the capture there. Try and clear out some of these spots. Gets the capture there. Reclaims a comm tower. Very nice. First priority is that's probably a good idea. Artillery gets a good strike there. We have a Sami medium take out to stabilize this region. Takes up the or battlecopter. Could have got a swipe with that lab. Not like this is super important. Oh, Jess went from 22,000 to 20,000. Also lost the comm tower, so now it's neutral. At least equal comm towers on both sides. Sami has 137 versus 95, so Sami is doing quite well. This artillery piece is actually almost out of ammo as well, so it's doing some good work there. Trying to flip those properties back. Tank does a good strike there in the anti-air. Gets trapped by a regular tank. Infantry mech anti-air tank. With 84,000 in the bank, or 8,400. Sami's going for heavy and recons. Artillery gets another good strike there. Battlecopter and battlecopter violence. Mech gets a great strike on that tank there. Neo tank could pop forward on this property there, but will probably be spotted and would be in range of this Neo tank, which she does have vision of thanks to the battlecopter. Infantry, recon, battlecopter, infantry. There's just way too many transports. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. What is a Sami transport play? Like, there's 4 transports on the field when you could start off the game with 1. I do think she went for a little bit too heavy in transports, but she is playing Sami. She's doing quite well with the infantry and mechs. Mechs counter everything, but they get countered by everything, something I like to say. Does get trapped there. Good strike on that tank, but the Sami Neo tank is now in range of the Jess Neo tank block. Can't speak. And also something that Sami could do is soften up with the mech or try to finish off the mech. Probably could either try to soften it up with the mech. Yeah, something I would like to see is Mech here, engage Neo Tank. 2 points of damage is going to be quite liable. Then the Neo Tank will have a bit easier time. Perhaps maybe pull back the entry there and get double tag it with mechs. Yeah, and then have the Neo Tank finish off. I think that's what Sami should do. Mech, Neo. That could allow her potentially finish off this Neo Tank this turn. Whoa. Was the retaliation damage that high? This thing must have been slightly wounded because it got to 8 points of damage, so it shouldn't be at 105%. So looks like it was already wounded there. Mech will get a good follow-up shot there. 6 health. Well, it looks like it won't finish off this turn, but... Oh, it does! I thought the Sami tank would not finish off with the 10% less firepower. There must be accumulation damage and rolled high lock. So, finish off a Jess Neo Tank allows her own Neo Tank have free reign up north. In fact, there's nothing to stop it. The 4F Battle Cop can't do much versus it. So Jess needs a scramble response of some sort. So Sami is playing the brawling game very well. She's usually the one who has to rely on heavy eco. But not this case, so this Sami is doing excellent in the brawl. And Jess has resigned. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.